Hi, I hope this finds you well. Hope you've had a good week. Chodesh Tov. Today is the first day of the month of Elul, which indicates that Rosh Hashanah is exactly 4 weeks away. Unbelievable. Here's a thought from our Parsha, Parshat Shoftim. I had a fascinating discussion with someone this week about music, in particular the power of music. We all recognize that music is not just music. We don't just listen to music. Music is powerful. It has the ability to affect our mood, to put us in a particular mindset, to give us a particular experience. We listen to different types of music depending on if we're feeling happy, if we're feeling sad, meditative, calm, and so on. Music penetrates deeply. It penetrates our mind, our soul, our heart. So we think about the music we are listening to before we press play. Which reminds me of an important lesson from this week's Parsha. The opening verse, Shoftim v'shotrim, titen lecha b'chol sha'arecha. This is a commandment Moshe tells the Jewish people prior to entering into the land of Israel. When you do enter, it is important that you place Shoftim, judges, and shotrim, law enforcers, b'chol sha'arecha, at all of your gates. Process, democracy, deliberation, law enforcement are all really, really important. And the Hasidic masters teach us that b'chol sha'arecha, at all of your gates, is also referring to the human being. We also have gates, the gates of our senses. And we also need to place judges and law enforcement at all of our gates to ensure that the things that we consume, the things that we introduce into ourselves are good for us, align with our values, with our beliefs, with our faith, with our morals. Before we consume visuals, before we consume food, before we consume something in our ear, whether it's music, whether it's conversation, we ask ourselves, is this who I want to be? I recognize that what I take in affects me fully. And therefore, we deliberate. If we determine, yes, this is something that is good for me and aligns with who I am, we introduce it to ourselves. But if it's not, then we put down a ruling and we pull out the law enforcement and we say, no, this is not something that I would introduce to me because it's not who I want to be. It doesn't align with who I am. A wonderful thing to think about as we approach Rosh Hashanah, when we begin to reflect and we think about the year gone by and we think about how we can be the best version of ourselves. Placing judges and law enforcers at our gates, ensuring what goes in and what comes out is appropriate, is good for us, brings out the best of us. That's a good start to the year. Wishing you and yours a Shabbat Shalom. Take care.